You're listening to The Spooky Darlings, where three sisters love to chat about anything that they're finding interesting and fascinating. And I'm Haley.
I'm Nettie.
I'm Emily.
Emily, you are telling us about something this week, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, so I just switched topics like mid-week last week because I found another topic that I just kind of felt drawn to. So here we go.
Yay.
In 2001, a woman named Patricia Moriarty was desperate for answers about her sister Charlotte and her nephew Marx, who had vanished 24 years earlier when Charlotte was 31 and Marx was just 6 months old. Patricia had done everything she could for years and finally contacted a psychic who was known for helping police make breaks in other cases. So she was seeking answers and contacted this psychic.
Ooh.
And this psychic revealed devastating news. In her vision, she said she saw a violent end come to both Charlotte and baby Marx.
Oh, no.
She felt that they were long dead and that they had been buried on the windward side of the island of Oahu.
Oh. Wait, did Patricia live in Hawaii? Did she live in Oahu?
No, Patricia did not live in Hawaii.
Okay.
Patricia, along with her niece named Jennifer Monheimer, who was Charlotte's other daughter. Jennifer had been 8 years old at the time of her mother's disappearance and was 32 years old at this time of the revelation from the psychic. They decided to make the trip together to Honolulu to see if they could get the police to do anything about what they heard from the psychic and to act on, what they had learned. So the police heard what they had to say, and they agreed that something wasn't right about the way things lined up. 24 years earlier, on July 10th, 1977, Mark Barnes had made a police report claiming that his wife and his 3-month-old son had gone missing.
Mark.
He said that they had last been seen on Tuesday, June 21st, 1977, when Charlotte took baby Marx out for a walk in his stroller and they hadn't returned. Even though Mark said that he had found the abandoned stroller near a bus stop off a highway close to the home that they shared on the island of Oahu, on the day that they left, he didn't report anything that day. Mark said he wasn't initially worried because Charlotte had gone off before without telling him, and she always came back. She would go crash with friends or whatever, but she always came back after a few days. In the police report, this 24 years earlier, Mark Barnes also told police that he was concerned about his son because Charlotte Moriarty had been seeing a psychiatrist and he was afraid that she was not really capable of caring for baby Marx in a competent manner. Those were his words, not in a competent manner. Patricia Moriarty, though, disputed this information that Barnes gave the police. First of all, they were not married. So Mark Barnes described Charlotte as his wife to police, and they were never actually married. Also, baby Marx was 6 months old at the time, not 3 months old, as he had related to the police. So let me go back in time and tell you a little bit about Charlotte and Mark. I feel like that clip from, was it The Good Guys, where the guy's like, let me start at the beginning and then the end and then back to the middle.
Yes.
That British guy.
Yes.
I feel like I'm doing that a little bit, but
I love it. I love a good time swap.
Time jumble.
Time jumble. Yeah.
a little
jump.
It's a meandering.
zigzag.
I like it.
So, Charlotte Moriarty was what you could call a free spirit. She had been raised upper middle class and with the expectation that she would, grow up and marry well, which she did. And she and her first husband had a beautiful daughter named Jennifer. But Charlotte grew unhappy with her life, wanting more freedom, so she left, leaving Jennifer in Santa Fe, New Mexico with her father.
Okay.
So around 1976, Charlotte ended up in Hawaii on Oahu. And Charlotte was kind of in and out of Jennifer's life at this point. Charlotte was around 29 when she met 24-year-old Mark Barnes, who was a Vietnam veteran, and they were both near Honolulu. And they moved in together and were living kind of a bohemian life. They were living for free in a house on the island, just in exchange for doing repair work and maintaining the house.
Well, that sounds like a good deal for Hawaii.
I know, it does sound like a great deal. So they were described by a friend and neighbor as both being anti-establishment, both a lot of fun. Some friends and neighbors said that they had a tumultuous relationship. They said that there was a lot of fighting and arguing. But they ended up having a baby together a little blue-eyed, blonde-haired boy that they named Marx Panama Moriarty Barnes.
Oh,
Marx. It's cute.
So in the weeks after Marx was born, Charlotte was acting kind of oddly. She insisted on wearing a blindfold day and night for the first 3 weeks of baby Marx's life. She said she thought it would, help her be able to get to know him better with her other senses or something. So, maybe there was some postpartum depression going on.
Yeah, something.
And being blindfolded made it difficult for her to care for the baby. So Mark says that he did most of the heavy lifting during that time, the diaper changing and things like that.
Maybe it was just a trick to get more rest. Like,
Maybe.
hey, I've got to be blindfolded, so you should change his diaper.
And just getting out of changing poopy diapers.
I wonder.
Strategic.
So in June of 1977, Charlotte and Mark Barnes had been together for about 2 years, and their son Marx was, some records say 6 months old, some records say 5 months old. So he's around there. Let's just say he's 6 months old. And then on Tuesday, June 21st, 1977, Charlotte took him for a walk in his stroller, and they never returned. So, typically everybody suspects the partner, right? That something, if somebody goes missing, something went wrong, and you suspect the partner.
Yeah.
So from what I can tell, we talked earlier about how Mark had reached out to the police 19 days after they went missing. The police didn't do very much. They searched and maybe distributed some missing persons flyers, but nothing really came up. So there might possibly have been some suspicion on Mark Barnes at the time, but he was not accused of any crime, and no bodies were ever found at this time. So over 24 years later, when Patricia and Jennifer were contacting the Honolulu police, the police actually, agreed that something was off. And, it was actually 28 years after the disappearance. So it took a few years to change the status of the case, but they changed it from a missing persons case into a homicide case, still with no bodies. So in 2005, Mark Barnes was contacted by the Honolulu Police Department, and he was living in California at this time. He had moved to California. So he was contacted by the Honolulu Police Department and informed that he was now a suspect in a homicide case.
Oh,
geez.
Oh, I feel like that's an odd choice to inform him.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, he was in another state. I don't.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
It's not. I guess they couldn't take their investigation to him.
Right. They're like, get over here.
Yeah, I don't know. So, they asked him about why he delayed reporting. He kind of said the same thing. Like, she had a history of, just kind of going for a few days.
Yeah.
They asked about the arguments that the neighbors had reported, and he claims that there was no physical violence. And he agreed to a polygraph, and that was inconclusive. So police used ground-penetrating radar to search the property. So remember, the psychic had said that she thought that they were buried on the windward side of Oahu, and that was right where they had lived. So they took ground-penetrating radar to the property where they had lived and searched as much as they could, and they didn't find anything.
Wow.
So Jennifer and Patricia pushed the police to have an age progression photo made of both of them, which they did. And Mark claims that the police botched everything from the beginning and up to this point. He says that he actually had made earlier reports than, before the 19-day mark. He said that he called a few times, and when he said that it was his girlfriend and his baby, they didn't really take him seriously. And he says that that's why he called her his wife.
Oh, that makes so much sense, actually.
It does. He also kind of said, she sometimes did this kind of thing, which took away any urgency that the police maybe would have felt. He wasn't like frantic that she was gone. He just was like, she's gone. She sometimes does this,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it kind of explains some of that. But he said that the police, wrote down some information, but didn't even stop by the house. So, he continued searching. He says he searched for the next year and a half, although another report said that he actually had moved away from the island 6 months after. So I don't know which is true. And then he married somebody else in California after. So police say that they only have the record from the report 19 days after she went missing. They don't have any records of the earlier reports when he said it was his girlfriend. So I don't know how that works. I don't know how police records are kept or how they were kept in the 70s.
Probably paper copies. Probably really easy to misplace a sheet
Yeah.
of paper.
And I hate paperwork, so
I do too.
So if Haley had been the cop that got that call,
I don't have to do it. That's why I'm not a cop.
So, yeah, Mark says that when he did go and make the report that they finally did keep on record, that he even was like, hey, I'm checking on this. And they even told him then that they had no record of his previous reports. So he knew that they hadn't written down the reports that he claimed, or he's, that was his assessment of things. But after this, so after not finding any bodies on the property, at the recommendation of Hawaiian authorities, Charlotte's family members, so Patricia and Jennifer and the other family members that were looking for her, pushed to have Charlotte and Marx declared dead. And there's actually a memorial stone in, I think it's in Chicago Miller Park, that says something like, Char and Mark together forever, or something like that. So around this time, a reporter for the Honolulu Star reached out to Mark Barnes, who was in California, out to his wife.
Oh.
Her name was Janine, and she at the time was suing for divorce from Mark. And they let her know that they were working on a story about Charlotte and her sister and the psychic and the, accusation that they had met a violent end. And this, along with rumors that Mark had a gun, led to Mark's wife filing a temporary restraining order against Mark. Mark ended up suing Janine's lawyer for trying to get him linked to these supposed homicides. It was kind of a whole mess. The suit was thrown out. But, Mark, now a murder suspect, lived with anxiety for years in a case that really made no progress from then forward.
So he was Mark, but his son that went missing is Marx.
Yes.
With an
Mark's
S.
with
Okay.
an X.
Oh, Marx is
the baby.
X. Okay.
Yes. Yes. I know. That's confusing, isn't it?
Yes.
So-
I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, you've got it. So baby Marx, and then Mark Barnes was the father.
Right. With a C.
So Mark with a K. Good. So Charlotte's family still strongly believed that she would never leave without contacting family. They believed she didn't, disappear of her own accord. The young daughter, Jennifer, who had been 6 at the time that she disappeared, had plans to come out to Hawaii that summer to visit her mother and to meet her new little baby half-brother. And, the family just didn't think that she would just disappear, and they believed that they both were met with foul play. And Jennifer said, I just wanted my mom, and nobody could tell me where she was.
Heartbreaking.
Poor thing.
Also, though, Charlotte's letters to her sister Patricia revealed, that there was some drug use going on and that there were some sentiments of maybe feeling like she wasn't cut out to be a mother or didn't want to be a mother, even mentioning that she could change her look by shaving her head full of brunette curls and just disappear.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
And Charlotte was a really beautiful woman. She wasn't somebody that you would not notice. She was tall and big blue eyes, curly brunette hair. She was really lovely. Now, we're going to jump ahead again, forward to 2011. A man named Stephen Carter knew that he was adopted, but neither he nor his adoptive parents knew that he was also a missing child.
What? Oh, my gosh.
Stephen was 33 years old when he heard a story on the radio about a woman named Nejdra Nance who started to suspect that she had been adopted. And I might be pronouncing that name wrong. It's Nejdra. I don't know how to pronounce that. But
Nejdra.
she had started to suspect that she had been kidnapped as an infant by a woman posing as her mother named Anugeta Petway. So she got on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's website, which is NCMEC, on their website, and she saw what she was pretty sure was herself as a baby. And DNA results from 2011 confirmed that she was the missing baby. Nance's birth name was actually Carlina White, and Anungeta Petaway, her fake mother, had posed as a nurse and stolen her.
Oh, my gosh.
When she was an infant from the hospital and raised her as if she was her real mother for years. So Stephen heard this story and was like, oh, cool. Didn't really think that much about it. And then he heard it again, multiple times. It was kind of almost like he felt like he couldn't get away from this story. It kept appearing. And he was like, okay, maybe this means something. So he just hopped on the website, the NCMEC website. And he put in Honolulu, which he knew he'd been adopted from Honolulu. And he put in his age, and all he saw was a whole bunch of Hawaiian children. None of them looked like him. Stephen Carter was blonde-haired, blue-eyed. Then he just kind of on a whim fiddled with his age. So instead of 33, he put 34 years old. And that's when he found a picture that stood out. It was a single blonde-haired, blue-eyed boy among the sea of other Hawaiian children on the website, a child named Marx Panama Moriarty Barnes.
Oh my gosh.
And the age progression photo, along with it, looked just like him. Like, except with a mullet haircut and apparently like ugly clothes, like a bad plaid shirt or something.
Wait, but okay, the photo he saw, how old was he in the photo he found?
6 months?
The photo on the missing child's website was when he was an infant.
Yeah, okay. So the mullet is him now as an adult.
Age progression
So
photo.
that the age progressor?
Got it. I'm sorry.
Yes.
When you said except for the mullet, for some reason I pictured the baby with the mullet.
Like a Joe Dirt.
Okay.
Yes.
Just, okay. Listen, my imagination.
I love it.
I love what you did. So Stephen showed the pictures to his wife and to his friends, and they were all like, yeah, I think you really need to contact authorities, like even just to rule it out.
Right. There was,
Just to make sure. And he called his adoptive mother, and she was supportive, but she wanted it to be clear that everything they did was above board. They did not steal him. She was like, I just make sure that we can control the way this story is, because we adopted you, the right way.
The adoptive parents, especially when they did it the right way, are kind of victims in this whole thing too.
for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So he reached out, and it was a little bit of a process. They asked for DNA samples, and the testing took a while, but it did lead to the conclusion that he was the missing baby.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So previously, during the whole, murder investigation, turning it into a homicide investigation instead of a missing person investigation, Mark Barnes, the father, Jennifer, and the grandmother had all voluntarily given DNA that was on file, and Stephen Carter was a match.
Wow.
So
poor Mark. Mark, I'm sorry I judged you.
Yeah. I totally set it up that way, but that's how everybody looked at it. That's,
Yes.
I wasn't, that's just the way everybody looked at it.
Hey, Mark.
Thank you for how you're telling the story.
Mark, you're not out of the woods yet, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah. Where's the mom?
I should have told you this earlier. Mark looks just like the actor in I Think You Should Leave, who played Santa when he starts his acting career. Do you remember?
Yes.
I don't.
I know you don't, because you haven't watched it, and that's your
I've
loss.
watched some of it. I
guy
haven't
who-
watched all.
The
Not
guy
the Santa
who plays
episode.
Santa is hilarious.
It's pretty funny. So anyway, he had lived in an orphanage for over 3 years, not far at all from where Mark Barnes had lived with Charlotte Moriarty.
3 years?
Oh, no.
Wow.
They found discrepancies in his birth certificate that had gone with him to the orphanage after he ended up there that were different from what Marx Panama Moriarty's original hospital-issued birth certificate said. So in November 2011, Honolulu Police Department called Mark Barnes and said, your son is alive.
Oh my gosh.
No more details, though. They weren't like, you can contact him. That's all they gave him. So Stephen Carter was able to connect with his birth father, Mark Barnes, over the phone. And Mark asked him, how's your mother, Charlotte? And Stephen was like, I don't know her. I never knew her.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we find out later that on June 22nd, 1977, a woman possibly matching Charlotte's description, along with an infant matching Marx's description, entered a woman's home, uninvited, near Honolulu. So this intruding woman with her baby identified herself as Jane Amai and said that her son's name was Tenzin Amai. And the spellings vary in this, but, in different reports, I see different ways to spell this. But she also gave a false birth date. And even in one telling, it said that she said that the baby was a girl, not a boy.
Oh.
So that's there was a lot of misinformation.
Listen, she was blindfolded at the time. So
I think she didn't have the blindfold on at this point, but you could be right. I don't know.
Hey.
And she also claimed that the father of the baby was Hawaiian, not, like a blue-eyed American man.
Right.
So,
and no one questioned that based on the looks?
the way the baby looked? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. She had blue eyes, so I don't know, what people would question. But the woman with the baby did not seem well. She was acting erratically. The baby seemed maybe like even possibly malnourished. So Jane was taken to the Hawaii State Hospital for psychiatric evaluation, and Tenzin was placed in state custody or with CPS. Then Jane checked herself out of the hospital on June 29th, 1977, against doctor recommendations, leaving the baby named Tenzin in the care of the state.
Oh, boy.
And we never saw her again.
Whoa.
So,
Wow.
while we do know that for sure the baby that went by the name Tenzin at that moment, it was also Mark's Panama Moriarty Barnes.
Yeah.
And later Stephen Carter. We don't know for certain if this woman was Charlotte Moriarty. Some people question it. We don't, I think she probably was. But, we do know that she checked herself out and didn't come back for the baby. And we don't know
Disappeared.
what happened to her.
Wow.
So this was 8 days after Charlotte and Marx had disappeared and 11 days before that first police report that is recorded. The baby that was now being called Tenzin was taken in at an orphanage near Honolulu. He lived under the care of a woman who treated all of the children kindly. It was not
good.
a terrible situation.
Good.
But all the while, he was only a few miles from the father that was supposedly looking for him for either 6 months or a year and a half. We don't know which.
That's really
It's weird.
tragic.
It's weird to me that if an investigation had been done and he had talked about the mental state of the mother, that it wouldn't be obvious to check orphanages.
Well, or a woman's shelter.
The name and the birth date and the ethnicity of the father were all different from what they were looking for.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Gosh, I wonder why she wouldn't have just left the baby.
Yeah, this
With
is why
the
I don't
dad.
trust Mark yet.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Yet.
I mean,
Listen,
Mark, you're on thin ice with
Mark
my
is-
sister.
Mark has got to prove himself.
yeah. So, I mean, just basically like those changes that she made and what she stated when she was giving him over to CPS just made it so that they missed him in the missing persons search.
Just jumbled everything.
Yeah. She made it difficult.
So, a very nice couple with the last name Carter had been looking to adopt a baby from the time that he was, they wanted to adopt this Tenzin child when he was 11 months old, but the system had a recommendation of starting with foster care before stepping to adoption, which they turned down. I think they really wanted a child. I don't think they were up for the possibility of not being able to keep him.
Yeah.
So by the time the boy was 4 years old, though, he was the only blue-eyed, blonde-haired boy in the orphanage, and he spoke only Pidgin.
Wow.
And
Like-
the orphanage,
Like,
yes, as we all know, that is what Hawaiians speak.
I'm really sorry.
It's just not typical to see a blue-eyed, blonde-haired boy speaking only Pidgin.
Yeah.
So the orphanage started to reach out to people on a list that had expressed interest in adopting him. And the Carters were on that list. They were fourth on that list, but they were the first to accept. And they still wanted him. So they adopted him at 4 years old and named him Stephen Carter.
Oh.
The adopted mother was an early childhood education specialist. And they were exactly what you would hope for in an adoptive family. They were loving. They gave him pretty much an idyllic childhood. He was their only child. They raised him in an affluent neighborhood in New Jersey. And Stephen actually feels like he's really lucky that things turned out the way they did. Like,
Yeah.
from what he knows about his birth parents, he thinks he got the better end of the two possibilities that could have faced him. You know, he thinks he ended up with a really great childhood. And he says if he had to guess, he thinks maybe Charlotte went off to live child-free in Asia or something. That's his guess.
Yeah.
Mark Barnes passed away before Stephen ever had a chance to meet him in person.
Oh, no, you gotta be
no.
kidding. Ah.
So I listened to a couple podcasts about this. I also watched a documentary about this. From what I could tell, I think Stephen was hesitant. I think that he really was loyal to his adoptive family, and I think he was taking it slow with meeting his biological father.
Right.
I mean, he would he would speak to him on the phone, but I don't think he was really eager to meet in person.
Oh, so they did have contact.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I also found a Reddit post from 8 years ago that was talking about this case. It was on Unresolved Mysteries. I don't know if you guys have ever checked out that subreddit, but it's really, really interesting. There's a lot of great stuff on there.
I'm a subscriber, actually.
Yes. So I found a post called What Happened to Charlotte Moriarty, where this case was discussed. Mm-hmm. And this was from 8 years ago, but 4 years ago, a user claiming to be Jennifer Monheimer, the daughter of Charlotte, the half-sister of Stephen, started responding to people's comments on this post.
Oh, wow.
So she was responding all the way up until a year ago. She had some interesting things to say. So somebody was like, so what about her daughter? Where was she during all this? And Jennifer was the daughter. And this person with the username even expression 2287 said, I'm her daughter. I lived in Santa Fe with my father. I've spent my life on and off looking for her. I was helped by a friend to open up her case again as a cold case with Attorney General's office in Honolulu. I'm old now, and she's been missing from my life for 46 years. Missing persons cases are complicated and depressing and move very slowly.
Did she ever get a chance to meet her half-brother?
Yes, she did.
Yay.
And then someone else said, sounds like postpartum psychosis, and she didn't get the help she needed, stuff like that.
Yeah.
She said, agreed. Someone else said, how did the police know that the woman who appeared with Marx was the real Charlotte? And then said a few other things. And the woman saying she's Jennifer said, part of the problem is the fact that the woman who broke into this person's home with the child, we have no true knowledge if it was Charlotte or not. The police description is slightly off, including her height. It's possible that it wasn't Charlotte. So, who was it? So she says a few things about the name that was given that maybe is something that her mom would have chosen because her mom was really into Asian philosophy and Japanese philosophy.
Okay.
Right.
Anyway, and then she also kind of alluded to possibly Charlotte being an abused woman, and maybe that there were police reports and things that aren't really readily available, but that she kind of thinks that maybe Charlotte was escaping an abusive situation.
Well,
Okay.
I wonder if that's the case just because if she didn't want to be a mother and she felt like she trusted Mark, why wouldn't she just take off and leave?
Yeah, and that's pretty much what she had done with her other
daughter. And so, so it's almost like she knew she didn't want to be a mother, but cared for her son enough to want to get him out of an abusive situation. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, in regards to Mark Barnes, she said, he did look suspicious for years and years. I do not think at this point that he did anything, but he also didn't do much to look for her or for his child. He left the island for the mainland roughly 6 months after she went missing and married another woman.
Yeah.
Another person said, I'm confused. Why do you characterize her as abused? And she said, I have zero firsthand knowledge. This comes from child protective records and neighbor accounts. That's what she said.
Okay.
So, there were a few more things. Somebody asked if there were any updates. She said, no, thanks for asking, though. There were a few other things. So up until a year ago, she was still responding. And so I tried to reach out, and I was checking my Reddit inbox every day. And then I looked up and found her obituary. And she passed away in September of 2025, I believe, from an illness. I know that there were, you could donate to a cancer foundation in lieu of flowers in her obituary. I don't know if she passed from cancer, but I wasn't able to get the response. So she passed away never knowing what had happened to her mother. She was a mother herself.
Right.
She had spent her life as a career school counselor. You could tell in the documentaries, the documentary I saw, that she carried a lot of hurt with her, but that she was a really lovely, positive person. She was beautiful. She had a lovely smile, and she was just still a shining light to everybody around her. She felt like she couldn't ever leave New Mexico because she still carried the hope and the belief that her mother might come back to her.
Yeah, it would be hard.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I also think a lot about her sister Patricia, and I couldn't find any information except for the articles about the psychic and then reopening the homicide investigation. I couldn't find any additional information, so I don't know if her sister Patricia is still alive or not.
Oh.
But I think a lot about her and how she pushed for answers, and I think about what I would do if one of my sisters went missing.
Yeah.
You know, like
Never let it go.
I wouldn't be able to let it go.
No, I would neither.
Yeah. So Stephen Carter met his half-siblings. He connected with them, connected mostly with Jennifer. I think he felt the strongest connection with Jennifer Monheimer. And Charlotte Moriarty has never been heard from.
Wow. I wonder where she is.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's Missing Children Division says that each year dozens of people contact them saying that they think they might be one of the missing children on the website. And only a small fraction of them turn out to actually be the missing children. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. What do you guys think?
Well, first of all, that psychic was full of shit.
Yeah. But it kind of got the ball rolling.
But yes, it did. It got the ball rolling.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I mean,
it does make you wonder why. I mean, maybe if they had gone without the psychic, you know, if they had gone to Honolulu 24 years later and just been like, hey, we really want to
get answers.
Like check the area where they lived. Maybe they could have still done that ground penetrating radar thing. I don't know what motivates the Honolulu Police Department.
something about a psychic just gets police going. They're like, wait, what? A psychic said, let's go.
But it was a reputable psychic that another police department relied on every now and again.
Which does make me wonder. I mean, the description of the woman that dropped the baby off of the orphanage doesn't necessarily match Charlotte, is what you said, right?
But Charlotte also talked about like shaving her head, so
and changing her appearance. But what if the psychic was half right and she saw a vision of a violent event with the baby present? And what if Mark? I mean, I don't know. I'm supposing. What if Mark did hurt Charlotte and kill her and buried her somewhere on the windward side of the island, and then got a female friend to?
He's like, "Hey, act really weird. Break into this house."
Yeah,
And it's possible. I didn't really, and you can't tell from, I mean, Mark Barnes was still alive at the time that the documentary I watched was recorded. It was just, I don't know if I should call it a documentary. It was an episode of Gone called Paradise Lost from Investigation Discovery.
Oh, love that.
Love it.
And he seemed like a gentle guy. I don't know that is accurate, but, you know, like, the consensus after knowing everything later is that he probably didn't do anything to them. I mean, who knows if, I mean, maybe Charlotte took her own life. Maybe she did run off. It's just impossible to know. That would be really tough to live with, just kind of wondering. And you do have to wonder, too, like with the descriptions of people, because we're, as humans, so inaccurate. Could the discrepancies be just because we're bad at describing people after the fact?
I'm terrible at it, as we know. So I often describe people with like baby head, big legs. I don't know.
He looked like George Lopez.
Kind of looks
big
like
legs.
a man baby.
He's got a square head and a pear-shaped body.
Did you guys see
big legs.
that TikTok where they were like, what is this? That was like showing a bunch of little kids trying to describe this person. And they were like, what do you look like? They're like, oh, he was really fat. And he was also like really big and he was fat. He was, and then someone said like, how tall was he or something? He goes like 5'7" or something like that. Like they just these were like little kids. That wasn't quite what it was, but it was something like that.
Oh my
gosh, that made me chuckle. And
That's so funny.
Or have you seen the TikTok trend
So
where moms?
what we're saying is I have the skills of describing people of a grade schooler.
Yes.
Perfect.
But there is a TikTok trend where moms ask their kids like, hey, if I went missing, what would you tell the police? How would you tell them to describe me? And they're like, oh, and usually if it's a boy, he's like, I would say, like if I'm describing Haley, that she wears a white shirt with stripes and a necklace. And the girls are like, she's really pretty. She's got really nice hair. She's got a soft tummy. It's really squishy. Anyways, good for your self-esteem.
Always.
Yeah. But geez, Emily, I guess like in my mind, best case scenario is Charlotte is in Asia and was, and lived a good life and just realized she wasn't fit to be a mother and didn't want to be a mother.
Because in the 70s, you could just disappear.
Yeah. You can't really do that so much now, but yeah.
She could have just gone to the airport and been like, I'm Sarah.
Yeah, you could hop on a plane.
And where's Asia? Take me there,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, maybe she was, I think that they checked flight manifests, they checked boat manifests. They didn't have anybody that stood out that matched her description, but who knows what records were actually kept and who knows what,
And who knows what she did to disguise herself.
Or to have a fake identification or something,
Well, and so many places she could have gone. Like India, if she was into, you said like Asian philosophy. Like, what does that mean? That's broad.
Yeah.
And then also,
are you actually asking me to describe Eastern philosophy? Because I don't know if I can. Maybe she liked.
Do you have time for a PowerPoint presentation?
Well, I just wondered, was she into yoga? Because that would have been around the time that the yoga movement was starting. Was she into like yogic practices? Was she into Buddhism? Was she into? Those are the only two I can think of.
Yeah. No, what was that? They did the documentary Wild Wild Country on it. What was that called?
Yeah, the one here in Oregon.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It'll come to my mind when we're done recording.
But like that was Indian based.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
that clip of that guy being like, in democracy, you let the people decide, but the people are stupid or the people are idiots.
Yeah. And that movement started like such a long time ago.
Yeah. That would have been in the 80s. Right? Wasn't that when Wild Wild Country happened?
Like 70s, 80s? Well, Wild Wild Country in like the movement in Oregon is much more recent, but like...
No, yeah, I guess that there's so many different things she could have been drawn to, and she sounded like a free spirit who just sort of had ideas and wasn't going to listen to, other people. She was going to do her own thing.
Well, and it sounds like she was struggling after giving birth.
Yeah. There are clearly some postpartum, and there may have been some postpartum issues with her first pregnancy as well. I'm curious, how did she spell Tenzin?
Tenzin, I think. Let me double check though.
Tenzin. Okay, because I wondered if it was like a Zen, I wondered if it was like a tribute to
Tenzin.
Okay, Tenzin. When I heard it, I was like, maybe it was like her, like Zen philosophy. She was trying to give him a name,
meaningful name, and something send off or whatever.
Well, so the daughter in the Reddit post did say that the name Jane Amai is a Japanese concept for dependencyism. So Tokyo Doi is a Japanese psychologist, and he talked about the dependency between a child and a parent. So she thinks that maybe that was why the mom chose that, or why Charlotte would have chosen that name.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that's
Tenzin
kind of a connection.
Is the first name of the Dalai Lama.
Oh.
Okay.
So, I didn't know that either. But
was the Dalai Lama Buddhist? I don't know, actually. He was Indian, right? He was from India. The Dalai Lama was from India, but there's Buddhism in India and in China, isn't there?
The Dalai Lama is not Indian. The Dalai Lama is Tibetan?
Isn't the Dalai Lama, what's that area like between China and India that's
Tibet.
Like disputed? Tibet. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You said Tibet. I didn't hear you.
No, you're fine.
She did. She said Tibetan. Oh, yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah. The Dalai Lama is the leader of Tibetan Buddhism.
Okay.
Wait, but the Indian one is...
That's like a religion that's kind of like Buddhism, but not Buddhism.
Yeah.
Hinduism. Yes.
Emily.
We can cut that part out if you'd want.
No, listen. I would like Dad to contact us.
This is the only way we're going to hear from him,
Listen.
you guys.
Only that, or if we talk about orangutans. just kidding. Our dad contacts us often.
Oh, Rajneesh movement.
Rajneesh. Yeah, that guy was the worst.
Yeah, Bhagwan Shri.
Yeah. Turns out it was just a sex cult. Like a lot of cults.
Oh, my gosh.
Like a lot of cults.
Wow, Emily, what a fascinating case.
Jeez.
Thanks. I just thought it was interesting. I hope I didn't confuse it too much by jumping around. I just...
No, I thought it was very clear.
You did it perfectly.
You did. I thought it was really great.
And I'm so glad that baby Marx,
Yes.
now Stephen, is okay.
Marx, Tenzin, Stephen. That's what I'll call him, except for Tenzin.
Yeah.
Instead
I
of
want more
Tenzin.
answers from Charlotte. And I wonder if Mark maybe knew a little more. But we can't ask
Maybe.
him.
I don't think so. Just especially because when he was contacted, he was certain that
She
that
had run off.
Stephen Marx Tenzin, whatever you want to call him, had been raised by his mother. Had been with her the whole time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And Mark's new wife, Judith? I wonder why we didn't hear a little more
No,
from her.
Janine.
Janine.
Yeah.
Janine, I think Marx was married more than once, and I mean he
Okay.
was a Vietnam vet. I'm sure that he had his own set of troubles.
Oh, for sure.
You know, I think
For sure.
that Stephen alluded to, just from what he knew of his birth father, that he felt like he was glad that he wasn't raised by him.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like he got very, very, like a very good circumstance with his adoptive parents.
They sound very loving.
It's so strange to me, though, that they tried to adopt him at 11 months, and they're like, nope, foster system first. Why?
Right? Because that's such important bonding time for a baby.
I think that the science about bonding, though, must have still been developing. Because
Must.
we know so
Yeah.
much more about it now, like separation anxiety and...
Like, as we know from my Chowchilla episode, they just thought kids just got over stuff.
Yeah, like, hey,
Bounced
don't
right back.
don't pay attention to their nightmares. You're rewarding their behavior.
Yeah.
So often, like, weird policies stem from some other weird thing that they're reacting to. Maybe they had a lot of parents that were like, yeah, I want to adopt this baby, and then were like trying to do returns or something. You know, I mean, I don't know if that's why they were like, maybe this is better, but
I'd like to swap this baby. I'd like to come in and exchange this baby for one that doesn't cry. Hi, here's my receipt. Yeah, I mean,
Here's my receipt.
Emily, what a great case. Thank you. That was a
Wow.
kind of an interesting one. We haven't had one quite like
I
that.
had never heard of that. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be more psychic focused. Like at
You
the
know what?
beginning, I was like, were you about to hear about a case?
Long Island medium.
that's how I knew I could draw you in.
Because you're like, the minute I say psychic, Nettie's eyes will widen. What? I do have a book called The Psychic and the Detective that's all about psychics helping detectives solve cases, and I might do one.
Oh my gosh.
Is it
Please.
fiction?
Probably. No, I'm kidding. No, I think it's not. It's true crime.
Yes, please tell us more about that.
I will one day when I read it. So far, I've picked it up and looked at the cover several times.
Ooh. Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of an older book. It's like from the 80s.
I'm from the 80s.
You are from the 80s. Wow,
And we're
great case.
Wonderful.
Well, I will take us out unless
Yeah.
you want to talk about it a little more.
Oh,
anything else?
Do we want to end with like,
Oh, I actually do have something. Hold on. Let me rewind my brain back
okay.
to what this thing was that I had a question about or a thought.
Oh.
And then I was like, I'll bring this up at the end.
About the case, or was it
It was something to do with the case. Did you just say, or was it a hat baby?
No, I said, was it a happy thing? But I
Case
also
or
think
hat.
we should talk about hat babies if you have anything to share.
No, for the life of me, I can't remember the thing I was going to talk about. It was like something you said triggered a question or a thought.
Do you want me to just tell you everything again real quick and see if it triggers?
Yeah, can we start over?
Can we just recap real quick?
It was definitely in the first 1/3 of the podcast.
Probably something to do with the psychic.
Yes, I think it was.
Long Island medium?
Well, did we establish? I mean, we established in our first take that that didn't make it to this cut that it was not Long Island medium. Was it that I was going to announce that yard work was happening?
Yes.
And I forgot?
Yes.
Well,
and I didn't hear anything.
You did announce that yard work was happening.
I don't know
And
that
I don't
did.
think I heard anything.
Yeah, I didn't either. They were
I didn't hear
pretty
any.
quiet. I can't remember, so I'll just close this out. Emmy, great job. That was a great case.
So good.
Hope we can, I don't know. I hope we can find out more. I hope eventually there's an update and we find out what happened to Charlotte. But
I think we probably won't, which is the sad thing about it. But I think, it's nice that they found out that Stephen was alive.
Yeah.
Marx,
yeah.
then Stephen.
Yeah.
Yes, that is really nice. Stephen Tenzin.
I just wonder, I never heard anything about him meeting Patricia, which I think just makes me wonder if Patricia might not be alive anymore. But
Yeah.
Charlotte's first husband is still alive. Like Jennifer Monheimer's
Jennifer's father?
birth father is, father that raised her is still alive. So, I don't know.
Wow.
I guess we just won't know for now, but maybe eventually.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Once again, we are the Spooky Darlings. You can find us on our socials at the Spooky Darlings Podcast. And you can find our podcast at the Spooky Darlings on any place that, plays podcasts.
Yeah.
And if you would like to email us, our email address is thespookydarlings@gmail.com. We would love to hear your stories. We'd love to answer any questions you have or just thoughts about the episode. We love getting those. So email away. And we hope you'll tune in on Friday and next Tuesday to hear more. And we say these things with a spooky feeling. All right.
Amen.
Bye.
You need to say goodbye, Haley.
I said amen.
Oh, she said amen. Okay.
Goodbye.
5 stars. 5 different names for the same baby. I think we did it.
Perfect.
Oh, I didn't record. Just kidding. Wouldn't that be so
my
fun?
gosh. You scared me. So she's loving her spookier one.
Oh, do you guys want to see my Ouija board? I haven't even shown you in person yet.
Yes. And she just went on and on and on about how much she loves us. And she's like, I just really feel like, she's like, I know I haven't met Emily, and I've barely met Nettie. She's like, but I just really feel like I'm hanging out with you guys and that it's the best to hang out. And that's exactly what we want. We want people to Ouija board.
So old, it's Fold.
I love it.
Fold.
Oh my gosh, Nitty, so cool.
Did you guys know
Oh my gosh.
that in the original, I mean, we could talk about this in a fuff,
Yes.
but the original Ouija board instructions, look at them. They say that you're supposed to play with it on each other's, you're supposed to sit side by side with no table and put these on your knees.
I knew that only because you said it in that
In the video I sent
that
you.
video.
So here it is. It's a little warped, which they didn't tell me in the eBay description, but look here's the planchette.
Ooh. Ouija. Ugh, I have the hiccups. Damn it.
Patent made by William Fold. Ooh. I saw something on how to get rid of hiccups. You
Here.
go, nee. Repeat after me. Nee.
Nee.
Ka, ka, ka.
Ka, ka, ka.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
And it's, now your hiccups are gone.
Oh, we'll see.
I think I might have remembered.
I've never. Did you make that up?
No, I saw it in a TikTok, but I might have remembered the wrong syllables. But she hasn't hiccups since we did it.
Hiccuping.
You know what helps me get rid of hiccups is a little shot of vinegar, and it's horrible. Or a little shot of lime juice is just also horrible.
Have you thought about just a shot of vodka or whiskey?
Oh.
But from every movie I've seen, that would give hiccups.
Shit. You're right.
It's like it still slides pretty well.
Yeah.
Is it made of wood?
It's made of old-timey thick
plywood?
press board.
Pressed board.
Oh.
Oh, but that's pretty solid.
Yeah. And then it has a
I hope it's cursed.
Well,
I hope we get a spooky spirit.
I used an incense
She did a whole
stick
thing.
to steal.
I hope it didn't work.
Right, and Haley just undid my spell. Would you believe it?
Would you believe it?
I liked the instructions on the back. It tells you how to pronounce it and everything. Ouija.
Ouija.
Yeah.
I wish there was a date on here so we knew how old it is.
Well, we know it's fold. So fold would have to be when Fold sold it, like in the, 60s?
And they have a picture.
Yeah, it tells you exactly how to do it. Side by side on your knees. Like face to face, I mean on your knees. I don't know why I said side by side. You're like, Haley and I would be knee to knee. And then it also even says preferably one man, one woman.
If you have knees.
Oh, yeah.
Or a man.
Well,
Nerd.
you might not. You might not have either of those things.
Nutty. This is so exciting. I can't wait to
Cool.
use it.
I just, on a whim, was like, I'm just going to eBay.
Oh, and she's like, I mean, I'm too scared to do a Ouija board. And I was like, would you do a Ouija board with me? And she was like, I mean, maybe now that I know that you do a protection spell and everything, because she is a local witch.
Oh.
She is. And in the candle, she makes like intention candles too.
Oh.
She's awesome. So anyway.
Oh.
Hey.
Somebody in there?
Just checking.
And then
Goodbye.
also, what else did she say? She just was going on and on about how much she loves us.
That's so nice. I
that's
love
so
hearing
sweet.
it.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
I love hearing it too. I even love it that Mom and Dad told somebody about us, because first when they said they were sisters, I thought they meant sister missionaries. Then when I realized that they were real sisters. Yeah. I was like,
Do you need help?
I don't know. I was just flattered that Mom and Dad would share it, because
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be like, here's a Book of Mormon and here's a podcast recommendation. We love both.
they don't know how to pronounce anything.
If you're listening to this for a pronunciation guide, I recommend a different podcast, but if you want to laugh.
If you want geography or geology or geography.
Cryptogeologists or
Yes.
geographers. What are we?
We're both. We're everything. We're cryptogeologists, cryptozoologists, cryptogеографists. What do you call people who look at stars?
Astrologist?
Zodiac?
Crypto-astrologists.
Oh.
And zodiac.
Astronomist.
And cryptiacs.
Cryptiacs.
Cryptiacs. It's like a maniac for crypt.
Oh, boy.
Did we stop recording? We're still recording.
Oh, yes.
I'm
I
still
got
recording.
all of this. I'm going to stop it now.